coming, dude. If you're checking this out, you're awesome. And I probably begged you. But no. I've been wanting to do a podcast for such a long time, dude. And I just haven't had the means or the avenue to do so. So now I'm finally here. I'm here, dude. I'm here repping Young Calabaster, dude. Check him out on Twitch. It's my friend Nick. We're here in MoonRouteStudios. MoonRouteStudios is just this entity that just is in my life. I can't escape it. Like, I want to entertain. I don't want to slave away at a 9 to 5. I don't want to, knock doors forever. Like, that's not something I want to do. So MoonRouteStudios is my avenue. It's my playpen, whatever you want to call it. And this is the Quezt. This is first little seed of that from MoonRouteStudios. So it's interesting for me to see. This is for improvement on my articulation. This is for the improvement on my cognitive functions. I just want to have fun, man. I want to be a silly goose, man. I want to have a good time with my life. And if I have something to do, like stand up or like this, I feel like that'll really help me. So what we're going to do today is I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm going to go over my absence from like social media and like the mainstream, everything. And talk about, what I want to do with this. I'll give you a little quick 2020 recap. And we're going to have a question. And now we'll go over the UFC card this weekend. Like I said, this is all that I want to do. This is all that I want to do. So I'm going to do it. So intro. I'm Robert Dylan Vasquez. I don't go by Bob. I don't go by Bobby. I don't change my name. It's just Robert, which is kind of weird. I went by Dylan for the first 7 years of my life. And then we moved here to South Carolina. I was born in Missouri, Springfield, Missouri. Shout out. That's number 11 to number 15. Most dangerous places in the United States. Anyways, math capital of the world, whatever. Springfield, bro. Springfield to Cowpens, South Carolina. And I got here and my parents were like, so do you want to be called anything else? Like, you want to keep going by Dylan or you want to go by Robert? And I'm probably 7.5, 8. I'm like, Dylan's a kid's name. Like, let me go by something. Like, let me go by Robert. Like, hell yeah, dude. And so I just changed it. And it took my parents a while, but, I came at, wow, what a boring story. No, Robert Dylan Vasquez. I just like to have fun, dude. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about shit that makes me laugh. We're going to talk about nostalgia. Or I can say all day what we're going to talk about, but I really don't even know. It's just going to be whatever's in here. No, I do stand-up. I love to do stand-up. I'm going to be doing stand-up every Thursday at the Comedy Zone in Greenville, as long as they allow it. I don't know how funky this whole quarantine thing is going to be. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about COVID. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not going to do that. Sorry, I'm the only one here. There's no producers. There's no, anything in the back. There's nobody here. It's just me. So apologize if I'm, looking around, checking on everything. It's just time. It's time. I sat by way too long, waiting on my friends to help me out, or waiting on the right moment. There is no right moment, dude. You just got to do it. You just got to start. So this thing's not going to be like an hour. Like I just want to say what I want to say, and then I'll get out of your hair. I really appreciate you for checking me out. I don't have like a chat room or whatever, so I will have a comment section. That'll be something we talk about probably later in the show. I don't have a mainstream. I don't have a mainstream presence. I don't like that. I'm not an influencer. I just like to talk about what I like to talk about. I want to be what I want to see. Be what I want to see. I like that. I think I just made that up. No. This is just a way for me to get it out and vent. You guys are like my therapists. All you, I don't have a name for you guys yet. I'm not good about to think. I'm thinking about it right now, and I shouldn't even be. So we're gonna jump into my 2020 recap. I had a pretty good 2020. I'm very sorry to everyone who didn't. Prayers go out to you guys. Hearts go out to you guys. My 2020 was all right. Started out the year with a McGregor fight. I was living in Columbia, South Carolina at the time. I moved down there to take care of a couple things. Long story short, took care of it. Now I'm back up in the upstate, baby. Moved back here in April. Moved into this, it's pretty nice place. Nice enough for me to have a studio. So shout out to MoonRouteStudios. It's time. Like it's time. I waited way too long to do this. I'll say that. I waited way too long to do this. My brothers came down shortly after we moved here. I think it was June after the April that we moved here. My brothers, I haven't seen them in 2 years. I have two little brothers named Hank and Eli. Fuck you, Eli. No, I love my brothers more than anything in the world. Like I will die for them. No, that's so weird. That's so weird to say. I would die for them, yeah, but I think people who like speak that out loud are like they're looking at. Anyways, so I love my brothers. They're the most important thing to me. I haven't seen them in so long, and so they got to come up for the summer. That was awesome. I don't have a big family, man. When we moved here from Missouri, like it was just us. It was my mom, my dad, and my two little brothers. Oh no. Fuck, how do I fuck that up? So it was me, my mom, my dad, and my brother Hank. Eli was the only one that was born here, little hick. But they got to come up. I had a good birthday, man. Like it was I had a good summer. They were here most of the summer. I had a good summer. I love my brothers. Everything else, anniversaries, with my loving and loving and lovely girlfriend Miranda. Shout out to her. Shout out to everybody who made this possible. Like everybody who's like, dude, you're waiting way too long to do something like this. Like you just need to get anything out, just put content out. You got to understand, like I don't even want to say I'm a perfectionist. That's not what I would claim to be. But I lack motivation. And I'm very lazy. I'm a very lazy person. Very lazy person. This was supposed to be a 2020 recap, and I'm telling you about myself. See, I don't know how to articulate myself good enough to do this and it be exactly what I want it to be. But I got to work at it, man. So I appreciate all you guys for hearing me out. 2020 ended with a bunch of unnecessary things, a bunch of unnecessary drama. So after my birthday, I just kind of let the rest of the year ride out, and just observing and studying up on my craft, writing a lot, and planning this. This is all I've just been planning, and I'm sorry I don't have more material. No, we're gonna jump into a question, and this is something I saw earlier in the week. I get the questions, and then off the top of my dome, whatever I'm thinking at the time, if I have a guest, they'll have their input, obviously. The question is, if I were an action figure, what would my two accessories be? And dude, when you get into something like that, when you get into talking about like accessories for your action figure, dude, like I just love stupid little questions like that. And I think, in all honesty, I'd have like bandoleros. No. I really don't. I mean, my phone, as robotic as that sounds, I don't really carry around much, man. I don't have any like butterfly knives or anything like that. Like I don't. Weapon of choice. What were those guns that they would use? Like they used it in the Matrix. That was on the helicopter or whatever. It's the one that, dude. I would hold that shit, and then you're like, Robert, that's like hundreds of pounds. Like you can't. I would be like, oh God. But no, My two accessories. Probably like a mic. I'd have a mic. That way I could, I don't know what this is, but I would be able to speak in public vicinities. And people would, they would hear me. So a mic would be useful. And then like a Scooby-Doo sandwich. Like not one of those little sandwiches, but like a fucking like a stack. Yeah. Like a Scooby-Doo sandwich. That would be sick. Questions. Little stupid, intricate, not intricate. Didn't mean to use that word. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Little questions like that you can leave in the comment section below. We're going to do this or that. We're going to do a bunch of stuff, dude. I just had to get this one out of the way. I had to let you guys know that I was here. We out here, boy. Don't know why I'm holding the mic like this. We're going to go into the UFC card, and this is where I'm going to lose a lot of people. But I'm going to break down the UFC cards. Since we're doing this, a little inside baseball, I'm doing this on a Friday night. Going to edit it, put it up Saturday morning. That way I can do it before the fights on Saturday. And that'll just be an easy way to track. Like I said, I do stand-up. Do it every Thursday at the Comedy Zone. So Thursday, stand-up. Friday, podcast. Saturday, fights. My weekend's good. I can do that. UFC on ABC. Holloway versus Cater. Dude, I'm super interested in this card because I've never seen a fight on ABC. I'm not saying they're not notorious for it because they used to host a bunch of like legendary boxing fights and stuff. Go ahead and pull this card up real quick. I'm not going to go through the prelims. That's just not something I want to do. I just stick to the main card when I do this, talk a little bit, and then just see how excited I get. Punahele Soriano versus Dusko Todorovic. I probably butcher those names, but it's a middleweight, 185. They're both undefeated, dude. Punahele 7-0, and then Dusko 10-0. So when you open up a card like that and somebody's O has got to go, them motherfuckers usually sling it out, or they're usually very careful, and neither one of them want to lose. Middleweight again, another 185 fight. Joaquin Buckley. Now, if you don't know who Joaquin Buckley is, you're missing out, dude. He's the guy that had that crazy spinning knockout kick. Now, I gotta stop again, man. I'm not a hardcore fan. I'm not a casual, but I'm not a hardcore fan. So I'm kind of in the middle. Gonna break these things down for you guys. Joaquin Buckley, he's the guy with this spinning taekwondo, leg got caught, like, bow. Guy was out cold. It was the nastiest knockout of 2020. He actually won an award, I believe, by the UFC or from the UFC. Knockout 2020. He's going up against Alicio Di Chirico. Sorry, Alessio. I really need to learn your name. I think they're just feeding him to the fucking wolves, man. I don't know if he's gonna be the kind of guy to stop Joaquin's power. Like, I just don't see it happening. I don't really know much about the guy, but I don't see it happening. I don't know if Joaquin's gonna just mow through this guy, but am I doing predictions or am I just breaking down the fight? I'll do predictions. So start the first fight. I'm gonna go with Dusko. That way I can have it on cam that I said Dusko Todorovic. There you go. Middleweight, Joaquin Buckley versus Alicio Ditch. I'm going Joaquin. Knock him out, bro. Second round. Third fight in, welterweight, 170. Santiago Ponzinibbio. Now, this guy hasn't fought in like 2 years. So I don't recall seeing a Ponzinibbio fight. And he's going up against, I think he's my boy. I think I like Li Jingliang. Li Jingliang. Bro, I am butchering these names. I apologize. I definitely got the next one. Santiago Ponzinibbio, he's supposed to be super good, and I just say that because I haven't watched any of his fights. Not that I have on memory. But Lee's boxing, I do like Lee's boxing. I have seen him fight, and I've seen him win. I've seen him just slug it out, man. He's both of these guys are game, and if Santiago is what he says he's gonna be, then I'm excited to see that fight. Definitely excited. I'm going to go. I'm gonna go Li Jingliang, and that's only because I like that guy. I've seen him fight. I have logic on my side. Santiago's probably gonna run through him. Co-main. I'm gonna see if I get these guys' names right. Carlos Condit versus Matt Brown. These guys apparently were supposed to fight like a long time ago, and if not, like I don't mean supposed to as in they were matched up and they didn't, because I don't know. But I've been reading a lot where they were supposed to fight, or that was a dream matchup for a lot of UFC fans, and now it's coming to fruition, dude. They're going. When I talk about co-mains can be very tricky because you want a good fight going into the main event. You don't want to fight like the Zhang Wei Li and Joanna Jędrzejczyk or Jędrzejczyk. Jędrzejczyk. JJ, Joanna Champion. When you have a fight like that, followed by a fight like Israel Adesanya, you like that, huh? Versus Yoel Romero, like that fight was so bad. The Izzy fight was so bad to a lot of people. And that's only, I feel like a lot of it has to do with Wei Li Zhang and Joanna, like being so good right before that. So co-mains, when I tell you this one is going to be a slugfest, like I'm super excited about this fight. Neither of these guys they can go to the ground, but I don't think this is going to happen. I think they know what position they're in, and they're here to put on a show. And then the main event, dude, this whole card, I'm going to be at a baby shower. So I don't know how I'm going to work that, but I'll definitely have it playing. I will definitely have this card playing. There's a card on Wednesday. It's Neil Magny versus Michael Chiesa. I'll get to the main event in a second. But Michael Chiesa versus Neil Magny, dude. I'm only going to comment on that main event because I don't want to go through the whole card because it's going Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. So I'll be back next Friday, and we'll talk about what happened on Wednesday, and then we'll go into the McGregor-Poirier card. So that's what I'm doing. We're going to do this every Friday, just so you know. Then we're going to get to the main event, Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar, dude. I love Max Holloway. He's one of my favorite fighters. I will go on record, as I am now. Max Holloway is one of my favorite fighters. This Calvin guy. I'm not saying I always pick him to lose, but I was like, oh, well, that's a good matchup for Jeremy Stevens. He's just going to go out there and slug, and then he's going to lose to Jeremy. He mollywopped Jeremy with this elbow, dude. And he's a contender, man. He is a threat. And I'm not scared for Max. And I'm not saying Max should be scared. I'm just saying this is not a case of what's happening with Joaquin Buckley. They're not feeding Calvin to Max. They're not feeding Max to Calvin. These are two dudes that are going to go out there, and I feel like Max is going to point to the ground like he's done before. He's just going to be like, let's go, dude. And, oh, man. Like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that fight right now. Like I said, I don't think it's a fight that's going to go to the ground. They're not just going to sit there and rock 'em, sock 'em robots, I hope. But both of these guys are very, very good strikers. And it would be interesting to see them end up going into the clinch or something boring like that. And like I said, I'm not a hardcore, but I'm not a casual. I can respect ground game. I can respect stand-up. But when you're just clinching up against the fence, like, that's what I don't like. I don't like that. It's going to be on ABC at 3 p.m. Main card starts at 3. Usually starts at it's been starting at 8 p.m., 7 p.m., with the fights over there. And then the pay-per-views 10 p.m. and stuff. But this will be at 3, people. This will be at 3. That was a shitty breakdown, but I just had to tell y'all what's going on. We will get very more. We will get more intricate as we go along. Like I said, this is a learning phase, man. This is a learning phase. I want you guys to help me understand, and I'm gonna get into the whole, where to reach me in just a second. But that's what my Saturday is gonna look like. UFC on ABC. I will be at a baby shower. Shout out to my boy Mike Burke for inviting me. I still have to get something for the baby registry. Is that the show? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give thanks. I'm going to give thanks to everybody who has allowed me to do this. And I'm going to give a shout out to all of you guys. Like, if you watch this, it will get better. I promise. It will get better. I appreciate you for coming, man. We will definitely have sillier times, more stuff to talk about. Like I said, I just had to get this out just so you guys know, like, hey, first podcast is up. It wasn't a complete disaster. It's just going to be somewhere where I vent my thoughts, promote my stand-up. It's going to be funny, man. I'm going to have guests on, so let me know who you want to have on, and we'll do the damn thing. I don't really know where to go from there. Let's see what happens. I should do some crazy outro, dude. Like, all right, let's go. No. All I can say is thank you for watching The Quest with your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez. I'm out. See you next week.